how you doing? I hope you're doing well. You know what I love? The work of Taika Waititi. Jojo Rabbit, Hunt for the Wilder People, What We Do in the Shadows, even his short, 2 Cars, 1 Night. I think the dude is multi-talented, funny, creative, hard-working as all hell. I don't know him personally, but the art he's created all feels so personal. I think that's why so many of us continue to connect with it. Point is, I wanted to feel the love in Thor, Love and Thunder. But all I felt was a chuckle, a nothing, a bad joke. But before we get into it, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, YouGov. Yo, I found a super easy godlike way to earn extra cash by taking surveys online. YouGov is a website that has polls about politics, pop culture, products, and they are paying people to share their opinions on these topics through PayPal or through gift cards. It's super fucking quick and easy to do the surveys. You could be making money while you're at a bus stop, waiting for your coffee, or even while you're having a thunderous toilet run. Instead of spending my hours staring at the reflection of my decaying body while I scroll through social media, I'm taking a couple of surveys and using that YouGov cash to pay for movie tickets, tick repellent, and tinted sunscreen, you know, the essentials. So click the link in my description to start making money now. Thanks YouGov for sponsoring today's video, and thank you guys. Now, usually I give the entire spiel about how I went in wanting to love the movie, went in expecting a personal work that changes the MCU for the better, that gives me faith that Marty was wrong about theme park rides that lack a personal sensibility, a human touch. But you know, this isn't that serious. In fact, nothing can be taken seriously in Thor, Love and Thunder. The entire film is telling us not to take any of it seriously. How are we supposed to ever take these characters seriously when they are doing Old Spice commercials in the world of the film? When in our reality, Disney uses these characters to sell Old Spice and fucking insurance.
I don't feel so good.
The snap, the death of millions, the death of billions of human lives. How about a Thanos ice cream shop? It's a joke. How are we supposed to take any of this seriously when the movie, the film itself, the way it looks, the way it feels, is the equivalent to the play put on in Asgard? Cheap-looking nothing with barely anything tangible to grab onto, celebrity cameos cashing the check while the Asgardians, the audience, the box office, eat it up anyway, devouring it along with their popcorn, clapping and laughing along the way. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. Maybe that's the point. Maybe the entire movie is Taika taking the piss out of Marvel. Like, the dude is a phenomenal filmmaker, man. I adore most of his work, and if he's using this movie to get him and a bunch of other chill, creative, and talented storytellers some cash to fund their more personal projects, then good on him. More power to him. Pretty much every poorly framed shot looks like it was filmed in a Best Buy parking lot loaded with green screens and poorly utilized stagecraft. The sense of spatial continuity between characters, between shots, feels so off. Every editing choice made by any one of the 4 editors feels like it came directly from Feige control. Set design, costuming, all covered up by rushed, crunched, and overworked VFX artists trying to make up for the crunched and overworked creatives pushed to turn 12 of these movies out a year. Earth feels more isolating, the human touch feels more uncanny, more alien than the throne of Zeus. We're getting blockbusters made with the same tech and half the money, like The Batman. I think it's about time, way past time, that we ask for more from the biggest, most expensive movies in the fucking multiverse. How are we supposed to take Thor, Odin's son, seriously when he literally has no idea how to be serious? Thor might have the most circular character arc in the entire MCU. He starts an arrogant man-child, learns humility and love, loses that, relearns it, and now is lower, dumber, and more childish than ever. Sure, it's funny. I laughed a bunch at Chris Hemsworth's perfect comedic timing, but I found myself too often laughing at the movie, at Thor, and not with him. I found myself questioning him more than he was questioning himself. He says he has no idea who he is, which could be a great opportunity to mold together what Branagh, what the Russos, and what Taika wanted from the character. Could be a great opportunity for him to finally figure out the perfect blend of careless adventurer and caring protector, one who has experienced so much loss. But instead, we are left with someone who has seemingly forgotten what being worthy means. It's a joke. Comedy is subjective. Laugh at what you want to laugh at. Love what you love, dude. I ain't telling you you're wrong. But this joke, to me, was a bad one. Stale, nasty, disappointing, tiring. All of it. Question our gods. Have a villain played by Christian fucking Bale who wants to kill them for not answering his pleas to protect his love. Make gore super reasonable, super empathetic, then never explore that with any care for 96% of his screen time. That last 4% though, the compassionate conversation between hero and villain, you know I live for that shit. But 4% is not enough. Attempting to give children faith that someone will protect them. That someone being a thunderous, careless dumbass who consistently proves Gore's point to be correct. I'm so glad Cap and Tony are probably gone for good, because if they were still around, they would become frat bros too. I did not love Ragnarok, but it had a sense of youthful glee, a sense of care. Love and Thunder feels rushed. What once felt like a punky reinvention now feels like a punk rock parody as performed by Mickey Mouse. Cancer's a joke, death is a joke, you die, you end up in a post-credit studio backlot Valhalla chilling with Idris Elba.
I'm an assassin! Why would I share my liabilities?
I just sat there in the theater, remembering Thor 1. A beautiful looking Shakespearean Kenneth Branagh movie filled with Dutch angles and bleached eyebrows, but loaded with sincerity. I sat there during the romantic comedy flashback SNL montage between Jane and Thor, and all I could think about was this moment.
Your ancestors called it magic, and you call it science. Well, I come from a place where they're one and the same thing.
I sat there thinking of how close the camera got, how long we held on looks, on love. I sat there thinking about how far we've fallen. Kenneth Branagh used real sets. His action was far more colorful, more exciting. His Asgard far more awe-inspiring. His romance far more tangible, tearful. Sure, the first Thor is not a perfect film by any means, but at least Thor himself isn't a raging dumbass, careless, apathetic douche knuckle. He's a headstrong young man who has to prove to himself above all that he is worthy of saving people, of loving people. Honestly, I was never like a huge Thor fan growing up. My father read me the classic Kirby tales, but I was always far more interested in the angst of Spidey and the darkness of Batman. I remember my dad being more excited for Thor's big screen debut, and I remember realizing how wrong I was for not even wanting to see it. I remember being blown away by how grand, how operatic the whole thing felt. And I remember how inspired I felt watching Thor destroy the Rainbow Bridge, give up his love so that his people can live. I never found the caring, the compassionate, the romantic, and the empathetic Thor to be boring. Truthfully, I just think Marvel did not know what to do with him after his first outing. They did not know, they could not figure out how to keep building on what Kenneth and the screenwriters had constructed, so they threw the hammer down, tossed the sincerity out, and dumbed him down. They made Thor the joke. It's a Marvel movie, so you know all the performances are fun, some are tired, some chew the scenery. It's a Marvel movie, so you know what we see of the script is at least coherent, at least the improv carries the movie from scene to scene. It's a Marvel movie, so you know that there will be another one that fixes what us masses didn't like about this one. It ain't that serious. Even Marvel movies don't take Marvel movies seriously anymore. Even Marvel movies don't care about Marvel movies anymore. I don't know what kind of world we live in where we just let our heroes get stupider. Maybe we want them to get stupider. Maybe we're getting easier to please. I don't know. We would rather laugh than feel, I guess. That's fair, I guess. And I guess I just don't get the joke. Hey guys, I sincerely hope you enjoyed the movie more than I did. Whew! Thank you, Bailey from Loverboy Media, for being a king and editing this video while I took a long, depressive Odin sleep. Check out his magical, masterful video on Spider-Man 2. It's great. Please do it. Take care of yourselves and please have a lovely day.